Why do you think that the best college football programs don't necessarily produce the best quarterbacks? And on the other side, why do some of the most successful quarterbacks in college don't find success in the NFL? Obviously, in the last few years, you've had Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield, and Patrick Mahomes from top schools. But players like Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston, and of course Johnny Manziel, and Tim Tebow were unable to succeed in the pros after doing very well in college. Is it just really hard to find a quarterback? Having less help in college promotes quarterback development. The better your team is, the easier it is for you to not grow. Jake Fromm is the quarterback at Georgia, and I don't know how many times I watch him, and he has time in the pocket for days, and nobody around him. He can sit in the pocket for like 8 seconds, and there's nobody even near him. Just like he's like on a little cloud, totally safe. That's not best for the NFL because the NFL isn't like that. And honestly, what works in college isn't necessarily what works in the NFL. Athletes are bigger and faster. Tim Tebow could run really well in college. Would he run as well in the NFL? I don't know. You could hide his deficiencies in college. You couldn't in the NFL because guys were better, faster, and had more time to prepare. So it's interesting to me. Look at historically the best quarterbacks of all time: Troy Aikman, Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers. Actually, oddly enough, the Pac-12 and the Big Ten historically produced the best quarterbacks. There's other outliers, but you don't see quarterbacks coming from Alabama or the top teams in the SEC. It just doesn't happen because there's so much talent and they're not forced to grow. Russell Wilson went to the Big Ten. Tom Brady, Big Ten. Drew Brees, Big Ten. Aaron Rodgers, Pac-12. Troy Aikman, Pac-12. Having less help around you makes you a better quarterback. It forces you to grow. Whether it's leadership and encouraging guys and building a program, Drew Brees elevated Purdue to a Rose Bowl. A nothing program, really, from Indiana got to the Rose Bowl with Drew Brees. Russell Wilson got Wisconsin to a Rose Bowl. He made them better with his leadership. It pushed him to be a better quarterback. And then having an average offensive line makes you better because you have to develop the way you move in the pocket. It makes you a better quarterback. Limitations can cause you either to grow or cause you to fail. The best quarterbacks use their limitations and grow from them. The best quarterbacks learn from times where they meet limitations. That's how the NFL is. Now, there are always outliers who break rules. Deshaun Watson is from Clemson. He went to a great school, and he's an incredible quarterback. But often, the best quarterbacks are developed at average programs where they have an average offensive line and have to work at stepping up in the pocket and moving around. And how do you win with a guy who isn't as talented? You got to throw more accurate passes, and you got to be more on the money. Look at Alabama. They throw a 2-yard screen pass that goes for a 70-yard touchdown because they have the best receiver in college football. So, like, him or Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb, it's really, really close. Don't get mad at me about it. Please don't. People get caught up on that stuff. It's like, I'm just saying that. They have a great receiver who's incredible. It doesn't matter whether he's number 1 or 2. It's like really close. It's interesting that you don't see a lot of guys coming from Alabama. It's very rare. Tua Tagovailoa is rare. A lot of people don't believe in Tua. They say Tua is surrounded by too much talent. He's never had to struggle enough. I don't think that's true. I think you watch Tua and you go, okay, no, he's just a special quarterback on top of playing for a great school. But it's rare, that you see a great quarterback come from a bad program. And then again, Johnny Manziel's skill set didn't work in the NFL. He relied on his physical ability, and his physical ability was good enough to work in college, not in the NFL. He couldn't get away with it in the NFL. Guys who rely on their physical talent at quarterback alone very rarely succeed. I think Lamar Jackson might, and Lamar Jackson doesn't just rely on his physical ability. You got to prepare hard. You got to work hard. Lamar Jackson does all the stuff that you need to be a successful quarterback. Johnny Manziel didn't prepare hard. Tim Tebow didn't throw the ball very well, frankly, and he wouldn't do what his coaches said. I got a topic about this tomorrow where, Taysom Hill is this incredible athlete with the New Orleans Saints, and he just does whatever his coaches want. It's so cool. That could have been Tebow, but Tebow didn't want to do that. So that's why the best quarterbacks don't come from the best programs, is limitations matter, and limitations make you a better quarterback if you grow from them.